All right, listeners, you guys really delivered on this one. A whole stack of sources about desserts from all around the world.
Talk about a sweet assignment.
I know, right? So today, we're going to whip up a summary of global dessert traditions. And we'll try and figure out what makes a dessert really sing,
Yeah.
what makes it truly special. And, hey, maybe we'll discover some hidden gems along the way. Ready to satisfy that sweet tooth?
Let's dig in.
All right. So I was looking through these sources, and I saw a podcast called Cooking Conversations.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one.
Yeah, and they interviewed this pastry chef, Laura,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like she's traveled the world, sampling and creating amazing desserts. And, I mean, she talks about everything. French crème brûlée, Italian tiramisu, Japanese mochi, Mexican churros.
Wow, some serious dessert expertise there.
For sure. And, some of those are classics.
Mhm.
But what is it that makes them really stand out? Especially for someone who might not have tried them all.
Let's see. We'll take crème brûlée, for example. It's all about that contrast in textures. Like you have this silky, smooth custard, but then it's hidden beneath a layer of brittle caramelized sugar.
Oh, yeah.
You get that awesome crack when you break through the top, and then that creamy, sweet custard just melts in your mouth.
It's so good.
And you have tiramisu. Talk about indulgence. You've got those delicate ladyfingers soaked in coffee, layered with this rich mascarpone cheese. It's like a symphony of flavors and textures all at once.
Mhm.
And then there's mochi. That unique chewy texture comes from pounding glutinous rice flour, and it's often filled with sweet bean paste or even ice cream.
Oh, wow. Okay, and what about churros?
Churros! Oh, come on, those crispy cinnamon sugar-coated delights. It's like fried dough perfection.
You're seriously making me hungry right now.
Uh-huh.
So Laura really stresses this idea that balance is key. For a truly great dessert, like it's not just about sweetness, but it's about texture and flavor depth. I'm curious, how do these desserts really show off that balance?
Well, each one does it a little differently. Think about that crisp sugar shell up against that smooth custard in creme brulee.
Oh, yeah.
Or the slight bitterness of the coffee, playing off the sweetness of the mascarpone and tiramisu. Even churros, with their kind of simplicity, still have that contrast between the crunchy exterior and the soft, doughy interior.
Makes sense. Now, Laura mentions that her absolute favorite dessert to make is baklava, but she calls it a labor of love, which makes me think that it's not exactly a beginner recipe.
Probably not.
Yeah. For those of us, just starting out.
Yeah.
She recommends rice pudding, which is funny because I always thought of rice pudding as kind of basic, but Laura seems to think it has these hidden depths.
Yeah. Rice pudding is a great example of a simple dessert that can be incredibly satisfying and versatile. I mean, think about it. You've got creamy rice, subtle sweetness, and then you can add all these different textures and flavors on top, like spices like cardamom and cinnamon, or dried fruits and nuts. It's approachable for new bakers, but it can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be.
Right.
Plus, you find it in so many different cultures. Indian, hirsis, Spanish, arroz, con leche, Turkish souplas.
Oh, well, you're right. It's like rice pudding is this blank canvas for culinary creativity around the world. So we've got baklava as like the challenging favorite. But Laura also suggests a dessert that might be new to a lot of people listening.
Yeah.
Filipino leche flan. What makes it so special?
Well, leche flan is kind of like a cousin to creme caramel, but it uses condensed milk, which makes this richer, denser, almost silkier texture. It's so smooth and satisfying with this delicate sweetness. That's just incredible.
I actually never tried it, but you've definitely sold me. It sounds amazing.
Uh-huh.
So before we wrap up, Laura gives some advice for dessert enthusiasts out there. She encourages everyone to start simple, gradually work towards more challenging recipes, and always experiment. I think what I love about that advice is that it really takes the pressure off.
Totally. Dessert shouldn't be stressful. It's all about having fun, exploring flavors, and, making something delicious to share. And that's where experimentation really comes in. It's not just about following recipes without thinking, but it's about understanding why certain ingredients or techniques work, and then adapting them to what you like.
I love that, like becoming the master of your own sweet destiny. So as we end this delicious deep dive, what global dessert are you feeling inspired to try? Will you go for the intricate beauty of baklava, the comforting simplicity of rice pudding, or the silky richness of leche flan? Maybe you'll even put your own spin on a global classic.
Whatever you choose, remember Laura's advice. Have fun, enjoy the process, and share the delicious results.
Absolutely. Happy baking, everyone.